Back at the cabin today, we got the Mini out here. Gonna try to do a little bit of dirt work with it and get rid of these two piles that you guys saw in the last video that I had to leave because it was so wet. It's dried out quite a bit, so I should be able to get everything done I want to. And then the next step will be, after that, putting down the lime, doing some disking with the tractor and getting it ready to plant. So I'm gonna get in this thing and try to smooth this out a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of these two piles, maybe make a couple openings on the north edge for trails where the deer are gonna come in at, hopefully, and that'll be today. So it shouldn't take too long. We'll get in there and get it done, and then catch up with you guys at the end of it. Finished up here. It's about to get dark though, so I wanted to go ahead and close today out. Right now I'm working on evening some of these ruts out a little bit, knocking them down, and then getting some of the debris from those two big piles pushed back up off to the side. That's just going to make it easier when we come out here with the tractor and the disc, which is the next step now. Disc it, we'll put some lime down, then we'll wait, let whatever's going to come up and start growing. We'll spray it with some 2,4-D and some Roundup. Then we'll put some buckwheat down. We might decide to do some milo at that time too. I don't know. It's really not big enough to do any corner beans, but that's where we're at. So I'm gonna get finished here tonight, and then we'll be back here to disc it and then spray it a couple weeks after that. All right, we're back at the cabin. We got all the stuff pushed out with the skid loader, and then came out yesterday, day before yesterday, and disked all this on the plot that we had before, and then the new plot as well. Worked all that down where, as you could see in the video, we had some pretty deep ruts, and the dirt was piled up in some places, and had a couple holes where I got the skid steer buried. So we got those pretty smoothed out. It's at least drivable now. So today I'm gonna spread a little lime on it and climb up in the tree. I'm gonna check the stand in this tree behind me, the oak tree. That stand you guys see me hunt out of, that's the one that I shot the buck out of. That stopped behind the tree limb up there when I was running the camera. So I'm gonna put some lime on this based off the soil test. We're doing Pell lime, so I do have to put a little. We don't have to put quite as much as we would ag lime pound wise, so we should be able to get it done with the 4-wheeler, no problem. The spreader is rated for 90 pounds. However, when you forget the U-bolts on it, I'm not sure how much it holds with a piece of baling wire and a ratchet strap, but hey, it's nothing that couldn't fix. So that's what we got on there, and we'll see how it holds up. So we'll get this thing spread, and then we'll come back and get those stands checked, and that'll be it for today. Plot number 2, the new plot. I gotta put about 100 pounds down on this plot. That's what I'm gonna put down on this one. The rain's gonna help work it in. It's supposed to rain for like a week straight after today, so I'll actually come and disc this again and get it more ready to be planted. We gotta do a little bit of chunking still yet too, so that's where we're at. We're gonna get this plot done and then go check that stand. Okay, so for those of you that watch the channel, this is going to be a very familiar view. This is my single favorite stand to sit in of all the places that I have to hunt. That might change this year, but it hasn't in the past, I don't know, probably 10, 15 years. So it's a really good spot. This tree holds leaves all year long, so the deer don't see me. I mean, I might have been seen out of this stand one time, maybe twice ever. And I've got the food plot right out here in front of me. It's just a micro plot. It's less than a 1/4 acre, but the deer just hammer it because there's not a lot of food in the area. So basically what I'm doing up here, checking these stands to make sure everything's still good, is I just go through and inspect all the straps, pull on a little bit, make sure nothing's gonna break, and then I go ahead and I loose them a little bit, and that gives the tree a little bit of room to grow. As you can see probably in the video, in the past, I didn't do that, and the tree has kind of engulfed my old straps that I had. I cut out most of what I could, that way it just wouldn't be in the tree, but that does happen. That's the reason a lot of guys will take their stands down every year, which is fine. I do that with some of them, but like in this case where I know I'm not gonna move this one, I just come in, make sure the straps are all good, loosen them up, free the stands if they're stuck in the tree a little bit, and then leave them. And then when I come back this fall, or when I come back in September, August, September to cut shooting lanes, then I'll re-tighten them, make sure everything's good again, and that way I'll have peace of mind when I climb up here in the fall to make sure everything's good. And as you can see, I'm about to have to do something different with the steps. I didn't pull those out, obviously, and they've been in there for several years, and the tree has almost swallowed all of them, which, you know, a lot of people are gonna be saying, oh, that's bad for the tree, this and that. If you guys have ever been on any kind of farm property, you've seen where the old farmers have put up fences and the tree's grown around the fence or grown around the fence post. I promise you those little steps are not hurting this tree. There are some people that suggest that taking them out could be worse because it allows beetles and stuff to get in there, and then that kills the trees. They get in those holes and whatnot. But I've done both, and I've never, to this point, had any trouble with killing a tree or anything like that. So that's all I got for this episode, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And then we'll catch you on the next one. You're gonna get to keep up with all this stuff. See these plots from beginning to end, and just kind of like we did Jeff's property last year, you'll get to kind of see the whole process. And then hopefully this fall, where we didn't get one down in Jeff's property last year, but we'll have a buck down, maybe that split 3 buck on this property this fall, and we'll get to bring that to you guys. But the next time we're out here, we will be planting. I think I'm gonna probably do some milo on part of this, and then I'm going to put some buckwheat down on the rest of it as a cover crop for our fall stuff. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when all this stuff comes out, and we'll catch you on the next episode.